Pete, or Kenshin1913, along with
Rob or Daddy.
And we are on set today at my friend's house.
Yeah.
And this is another Cooking with Kenshin1913. What are we going to be making today, Rob?
Homemade barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully, for pulled pork. Put it on anything. That's great with pork. All right, Peter. So the ingredients we're going to use to make our homemade barbecue sauce start with a little bit of olive oil. You're going to need hot sauce, honey, coffee. Don't use a fresh cup of coffee. Use a Dale cup of coffee. Doesn't matter. Brown sugar, soy sauce. We use a low sodium one. Use whatever you want. Chopped garlic. You can usually find this in your grocery store. If you're in a weird area where you can't, go to an Italian mart. Apple cider vinegar and plain old ketchup or catsup, depending on your region as well.
Nice. So let's get this barbecue sauce started.
Let's do it to it. All right, Pete. We got our saucepan on. First thing we're going to do, what we had the olive oil for.
Yeah.
Less for flavor and more just for a little bit of saute action.
Yeah.
So just enough to just about cover the bottom.
So Rob, where did you learn this recipe from?
My mom used it. She saw it's a recipe from Chef Michael Chiarello, and then she added her own stuff.
Yeah, nice.
This is
Garlic.
about 2 tablespoons of garlic. You like a little more, put a little more. And to be honest, the last few times I made this, I didn't measure anything. But I figured I'd get the measurements out because we're going to show people.
Yeah, so this, you were saying that this is a good barbecue sauce to use for pulled pork?
That's usually the only time I make it is if I'm going to bother cooking off a whole pork. If you're a barbecue sauce freak and you like it on everything, you can make a batch or a half batch, throw it in a squeeze bottle or an empty ketchup bottle or something, throw it on your fries, chicken strips, whatever you throw it on.
And so this would be good, like, I'm trying to think of what I was, this would be good, like,
Good if you're going to grill chicken.
yeah.
This would be good if you're going to grill some steaks if you want, if you like steaks.
Oh, I
barbecue
remember
flavor.
what I was going to say, sorry. Is this going to come out, like, thick or, like...
This is going to be a little on the thin side.
So
It's going to be between thin and medium.
Yeah, so if you want to cook it a little thick...
You just let it cook longer. Yeah, just let it evaporate. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. So this is pretty cool because I've never actually made my own homemade barbecue sauce, so this is going to be awesome to see how
we just started because we kind of wanted to.
Yeah, and you know what? The nice thing about this, too, is it's like you kind of know what's going in it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's not packed full of preservatives or whatever, besides what we're putting in it. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, we are using some pre-made products, so...
Yeah, I mean, if you could
Not
make
like
your
I'm
own...
crushing my own tomatoes.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make your own soy sauce, then
God bless you. I
would totally make it and use it. But...
All right. Just let the garlic start to feel good. As soon as it starts to sizzle, we can start adding our everything. Okay, our garlic's cooking, so we're going to start adding the rest of our ingredients. And at this point, it's simply dump and let it sit. Let it all come together. I'm going to start with the ketchup. Our recipe says 2 cups. Like I said, I usually just eyeball at this point, but I'll try to get 2 cups worth. Boom. There's one. Just scoop it
2
out.
cups of catsup.
Yes. We are not using the one that rhymes with pines.
No.
Although, to be fair, if you're going to make your ketchup, don't buy expensive ketchup.
Yeah.
If you're making the barbecue sauce, I mean.
Yeah.
Use whatever the hell you want. You're going to add so many flavors of it. As long as it doesn't taste disgusting, you're going to be alright.
Now, I've heard that you've done, you've actually done, you put in, what the hell is it, orange soda in this?
I have.
Sometimes you put root beer.
I have. I played with it quite a few times.
Yeah.
The key is really, it's ketchup. For us, we start with the ketchup and the garlic. And then it's all about adding sweet, adding sour, and then adding what I like to call even outers. Which is things that could be bitter or neutral flavored. But the dish just doesn't taste the same without adding those. It kind of mellows everything out.
Yeah. So what would you call it? What would you call the ketchup?
The ketchup is the base.
Yeah.
So that's what I would call this. You got to start with the garlic and the ketchup to me. And I also, you can do your own fresh garlic if you want. It's all what you like. I hate dealing with garlic, and I love the fact of how small the minced garlic is. It just kind of gets all inside the pulled pork, and it just makes it even better. So, we need a cup of soy sauce. No, we need a half cup of soy sauce.
Okay.
Soy sauce is one of those things, when I made this for New Year's, I forgot the soy sauce at first, and you wouldn't think it would matter. This makes a world of difference.
Yeah.
It really does. The sauce tasted a little too strong and funky. soy sauce, and mellow that out real quick.
Yeah, and you were getting tons of compliments about.
I enjoyed it. I'm putting in, like I said, about 1 cup of coffee.
Old coffee.
Yeah, don't use your good stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to use espresso or something, go for it.
Yeah. Oh, espresso would probably give it a nice boom, you know.
It would. I'm gonna add hot sauce. This I don't measure. I'm probably gonna put in 2 ounces, probably half of what's left of this bottle. Yeah, it's coming out like an old man's jizz. It's probably enough. With everything, if you want more, add more later.
Yeah.
Always. Taste it as you go.
So how much do you think this makes? Like how many?
This makes a good amount.
Yeah.
This probably makes about a half gallon. I think the average time I make it, I think I can actually store it in a half-gallon drink container.
Yeah. And how long do you think the sauce stays for? Like you can keep it for up to.
I would put it for a month tops because it's between honey, soy sauce, vinegar, and hot sauce. You have a lot of natural preservatives in there between vinegar and salt. So I don't think it's gonna spoil too fast. I'm just gonna do this whole bottle of honey. It's not quite 2 cups, which is what the recipe calls for, but I can add a little extra brown sugar if I feel like I need more sweet.
Or sweet, yeah.
Not having enough honey was one of the first reasons I used soda a couple times too.
Yeah, because they'll give you that
orange,
sweet.
or you want to use root beer. It's just about. I don't like that thick, syrupy barbecue sauce. I don't like that thin vinegar one. I like a nice medium.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're. You know what? I'm happy that you're showing at least me the secret to your barbecue sauce because I do love it. And sometimes I feel like when I make my own pulled pork, like I just like, you know, I season up the pork real nice, and then I just put in like a regular old barbecue sauce. And
you feel like you're cheating yourself,
yeah,
don't you? Yeah. You're like, I went to the trouble of pulling my own pork. I'm not even gonna have my own flavors in here.
Yeah, and the nice thing about yours is you already have the pork already. Like, usually what I would do with a pulled pork is I would use the sauce. Like, I usually like season the meat with like a dry rub, and then I throw it in my crock pot.
I usually stab mine and shove whole garlic cloves in it.
Yeah.
This is the apple cider vinegar. We're gonna do a cup of this. This you probably won't need any more than the cup.
Yeah.
Unless you really like the tang, in which case, go for it. You know, it's all about your taste buds.
Yeah, if you're doing like I guess the South Carolina style, I know.
Yeah, the Carolina uses a lot.
Use a lot of vinegar.
Let's get our brown sugar in here.
Now, how much brown sugar do you use?
I'm actually gonna let my honey try to get as much out of it as possible. About 2 cups of brown sugar. So we'll get that down.
So you just gotta let this come to a boil, I guess.
Yeah, just let it go for a while, really. You want the flavors combined. You want it to get a nice, even consistency.
You can definitely smell that. I really smell that coffee. It smells good.
Yeah. I got my honey draining in that measuring cup. So I'm going to measure the brown sugar in here. And like I said, I eyeball everything.
Just 2
so
cups,
to me,
right?
That's fine. Yeah, I'm not going to bother packing it.
Yeah, because obviously...
If you're anal, then pack it. If you're not, deal with it. Like I said, I do this, I get it together. When it is the nice right consistency, I'll taste it. If it tastes good, I'm good to go. If I feel like it needs something, we play with it.
Yeah. Now, do you add any like herbs in here? Like maybe like
I'm gonna add a nice, good, if you crack your own pepper, a good 30 turns of pepper. We put a lot of black pepper in here.
Yeah.
And if you want it hotter, we're doing it for a party, so we're doing it for a lot of people. I'm gonna keep it a little mild. You can always add cayenne. That would be good. It's kind of the way we do the quesadillas. When you're doing it for you, make it your flavor. When you're doing it for a party, usually go a little more mild.
Yeah.
You know, so you don't kill anybody who can't handle it. Plus, we got 2 little kids coming. We don't want to destroy little girls' lives with fucked up barbecue sauce.
Yeah, with fiery anuses.
Right. You don't want toddler diarrhea on your hands.
No.
That'll live on your conscience, man. So we got all the honey we can out of that pot, so that's good.
And so now where you got this on a low? You kind of got on a
I got it like low medium, yeah.
Yeah.
Not too high.
Because you don't want it to like start bubbling right away before you get everything in there.
Correct. You like to let it mellow out a little bit. Really start to play. Toss that. So like I said, this is now you play the waiting game.
Yeah. So
you let it sit. You let it simmer. I'd say let it go at least 20 minutes. If you let it go a half hour, even better.
Yeah. So the longer the longer it is, the more flavor you're really gonna get.
You're
out
concentrating the flavors. You're letting the
Yeah.
flavors get together, and you're gonna let some of the liquid out. So it's gonna, like this is really thin right now, so it's gonna thicken up for us.
So we'll be back in about about 20 minutes. Show you the consistency.
Let's say 15.
Yeah,
We'll
so
show you
the consistency.
Decide what we got to do. All right, we just time traveled about 10, 12 minutes in the future. You see the sauce is now coming together, it's starting to boil a little bit.
Yeah.
Letting some of the water evaporate. It's going to thicken up a little bit, and you see it looks a little less brown, a little more orangey now.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Everything mellows out and comes together. The color starts to look a little more traditional barbecue sauce.
Yeah. So, what's the consistency? It's still a little thin.
Right now, it's still a little thin.
Yeah.
Like with my little spoon here, you can barely.
Yeah.
It coats the spoon, which is nice, but you want it to be a little thicker than that. But it is like a sauce right now, where it's leaving the swipe mark on the fork or on the spoon. I guess that's the thing they do in the kitchen.
So after about 10 minutes, this is where you would start putting some pepper in. You wouldn't put the pepper in right away, would you?
You could. I don't think so, because I don't want the pepper flavor to get too hidden.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna add, like I said, a good 30 turns. We're adding kind of a lot of black pepper, but
Freshly ground black
just 10.
I grew up on a pepper
20.
farm.
Yeah, I know.
That's some stale ass pepper.
4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. 30 nice turns of
So another thing,
fresh cracked black pepper.
I know we didn't mention this yet, but one thing I want to mention is you can totally make this like way ahead of time. Way ahead of time.
It's easier to do it because you can just stick it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're making this for Super Bowl Sunday. We're filming it on the Friday before.
Yeah. So it's gonna be totally ready.
We're making it a couple days early. The key is to find a container big enough to hold it. If you make a big batch, if you want to slice everything in half and make a tiny batch, stick it in a ketchup bottle or something, more power to you. But we have a big party, so we're getting people to come in. So I think we're gonna just go another maybe 5-10 minutes. Pete, what do you think?
Yeah, whatever thickness you like.
Sounds good.
Because I like whatever you like usually.
Now we usually dress our pork with it. We don't set it to the side. We usually put it right over the pork that's already been shredded. I like to do that Saturday night.
Yeah.
And the pork soaks in all the juice.
Oh yeah.
And it's amazing. And then the pork just falls apart in your mouth. And then maybe keep a little on the side for dipping or extra. Anybody likes really sloppy pork, if you know what I mean. Sloppy pork was my nickname in high school. I won't tell you why. All right, you see we're still boiling. We let this reduce nicely. You look in the pan, you can see the line from where it's reduced down. We've lost that much just plain water. It's a lot thicker. It's not very thick, like I said, but it drips a little gloppier right now. That's a good consistency for us. And the taste right now is spot on. That's it. That mix of sweet and tang.
And if you want it thicker, obviously just keep cooking it.
Keep pushing it down. But what we're gonna do is take our little ladle, take a slight
What do
bit.
we got
We have
here,
just
Rob?
a tiny bit of plain pulled pork.
Nice.
Like I said, I cook mine with a little bit of garlic. I'm gonna put just a touch more in there. Don't need much. Don't need it to drown. Just need it to soak it all up. I'm gonna mix this up.
It's gonna be
Soak up in there.
delicious. Because I
Okay.
love pulled
See, the pork just drinks the sauce. That's what I like about this sauce.
Yeah.
And also, if you are doing a big party and you need to do your pulled pork ahead of time too, do your pulled pork, pull it, stick it in a freezer bag in your fridge, make the sauce in the day of the Super Bowl or the day before, either one. Pour them in a big foil pan, pour the sauce over it, just let it soak it up.
Yeah.
Look at how much. See, it's soaked up just about the entire, maybe half cup we put in there.
Wow.
So, boom, that's what you want.
Now let's plate it up.
We just got a plain hamburger bun right now.
Yeah, because that's what you should have with a pulled pork.
Yeah, hamburger bun, potato rolls are nice.
Yeah.
Slider rolls are good if you want to keep the portion smaller. Hoagie rolls or hot dog rolls are nice if you got a bigger tummy. There it is, man.
All right, we got ourselves our barbecue sauce, homemade.
A little pulled pork
And on some pulled pork.
plain burger roll. Pete,
Yeah.
you take your half.
Let's dig in.
Do it to it.
Oh, man.
That damn tasty.
That's a good sauce right there.
It just is.
You definitely get the tang right away. And then you feel a little bit of that. I feel a little heat. Maybe because I'm
That's
a
a little
pussy.
bit of hot sauce, a little bit of black pepper.
Maybe because I'm a pussy. I don't know. When it comes to heat. But
Then all the sweet comes at the end and mellows everything out.
yeah, you really can't taste the bitterness from the coffee, but it's really, really good.
But you miss it if it wasn't there.
No,
It's
yeah,
weird. It
yeah,
just
you
lays low and ties things together.
Mm-hmm. So
That's how you make barbecue sauce. Man.
this is a fucking delicious dish. Thanks,
Try it.
Rob.
Anytime.
So this has been Pete.
Rob.
And this has been another Cooking with Kenshin1913.
Bye, Abram.